Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay.
See if we can get it at one go. If not, yep.
And always try and put the question in your answer.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if I ask you how the weather was, start with the weather was this.
Yeah.
Because then nobody's going to be hearing, like, what I'm asking you.
Okay. Oh, all right. Cool. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you say your name, what rank you are in the world right now,
Mm-hmm.
and who you're sponsored, like who you race for?
Sure, yeah. I'm Jordan J.J. McLean. I'm currently ranked fifth in the Expert Limited in the world, and came as the Expert Open national champion. And also sponsored by Yamaha, Riva Racing, and wait, Yamaha. Is there one more, right?
Okay.
I start that over. Yeah.
Okay. And you can.
Dean's team.
And what kind of look this direction?
Oh, look at. Okay, so don't look at the camera. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. All right, so start over. Yeah, all right, cool. Jordan J.J. McLean, currently ranked fifth in Expert Limited in the world, and came as Expert Open national champion. And sponsored by Yamaha, Riva Racing, Dean's team, and my parents.
Let's do that one more time.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
cool.
whenever you say my parents, say like you love them and
Yeah.
my parents. You know what I mean?
All right, cool.
Like,
All right, yeah, all right.
because it sounded like they were very corporate.
Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, all right, that's it. All right, cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, all right, cool. All right, cool. Yeah. Jordan J.J. McLean, currently ranked fifth in Expert Limited in the world, and oh gosh, no, this is gonna be. All right, yeah, all right. Let me get this out now. Jeez. All right, okay. All right. Jordan J.J. McLean, currently ranked fifth in Expert Limited in the world, and came on Expert Open national champion. And I'm sponsored by Yamaha, Riva Racing, Dean's team, and my parents.
Tell me about your first race. What got you into racing? How that was for you?
My first race was actually a challenge. It was Jet Around Cayman, of all races, in 2003. But I'll take you back to how I actually got into racing prior to that. I would go sailing, and my cousin Sheen Edwards, he would have also sail, and then he converted over to jet skis. I guess sailing was too slow, so he wanted to go faster in jet skis, and then I eventually made the switch then too. This was like in 2000 when I first got on a jet ski, 99 or 2000. And since that, like, I've just been like really enthusiastic about jet skiing. And Jet Around came on in 2003 was a serious challenge for me because like I rode my butt off the day before, and then I went to do the race, and I was exhausted, and like it was just like the mental battle of that race alone was like very challenging, and I really enjoyed it. And I just was focusing on getting better for the next year and keep on training, and now that I knew what it take to actually finish this race, you know.
Can you tell me a little bit about Jet Around? What the race is, how long it is, how it is split up, what you have to do to prepare for it.
Jet Around Cayman is a 60-mile endurance race around the Cayman Islands. It consists of many different conditions of the water. Like in the start, it's like fairly smooth, and then when you come into the first leg from 7 Mile Beach to north side, it can be a mixture of condition, like a sudden chop, smaller waves. But from that first leg to the second leg, north side to east end, it can be like very rough and hard, like a tough race there. And then after the second leg from east end to south song, then you finish off. East end to south song is also very brutal. And like, so like, in my eyes, anyone that finishes that race is like a true like champion, because the condition you have to be in to endure through all the waves, and like reading the waves, not going over the reef. So it's like I highly advise like people to train like 3 to 4 months in advance, doing riding around the island, physical conditioning. So it's like a lot of, for me particularly, I like to do it more cardio than strength training, and then I ride more. So it can be a mixture of different ways to train for it. You know.
And how many times have you done Jet Around, and how many times have you won out of the times that you've done?
I've done Jet Around, was it 6 times? And I've won it once, 2008. And 2007, I was close to almost doing back-to-back, but I had some issues at the ski. And it was just a challenging race. And 2009 was next year I did it. But it just like, just I started over. So yeah.
Also, maybe say what the scariest part about doing it is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I've done Jetaron Cayman over 6 times, and I won it in 2008. And 2007 was close to getting it again too, but it just goes to show like the preparation for that race and like the element of luck with everything, and with the waves and like the timing. So the scariest part of that race for me would be in East End, where there's the wreck of the 10 sails off East End, where there's like a washing machine, waves coming from 3 or 4 different angles, and you got to like read those waves and like respect those waves to get out of there safely. So like that's like the challenging part for me. That's where the race really starts for me, like when I get out there and in a good momentum. So.
When did you start racing in the U.S. and can you tell me a little bit about that?
My breakthrough came when I won Jetaron Cayman actually, and I guess the word started getting out around the world and stuff because Jetaron Cayman was well renowned then, and a lot of racers wanted to come in for it. Like there's many races that came in for the races, and pretty much like I got my chance through Chris McCluggage at Mac Racing. I did the 300-mile Mark Hanna endurance race, and which I was very, very lucky to also win there too in the pro stock class with his wife Rachel McCluggage. So that was really my breakthrough in my first race overseas in Lake Havasu, Arizona.
How long have you been racing the circuit for in the U.S. Tour, and how do you think that differs from racing in Cayman, and can you talk a little bit about the difference there?
Well, I've been racing in the U.S. Races for the last 5 years, but I think the main thing was my foundation, and the foundation of riding in Cayman. You're getting used to the waves and different sizes and different conditions, so it just trains you to like be able to negotiate any type of condition whenever you go overseas to race. And like none of those races there have been as gnarly as the Cayman Islands waves. So like I feel like well prepared going there, and so like it works in our favor. Yeah.
What do you think the dynamic? How different do you think the dynamic is between racers in Cayman and racers in the States? Can you talk a little bit about like that difference, or if there's like any sort of challenges here or there, or something, any controversy, anything like that?
Well, the main challenge I see for versus United States racers and the Cayman Islands racers is that they have the access to do all of these races in the World Finals is in the U.S. opposed to us here. Like before we had our association 2 years ago, like I would have to go and race in the States in order to qualify to race at the World Finals. But then now, like the Cayman is on the same page, I would say, with our association here, which allows us to go and qualify here, which is, CIWA, Cayman Islands Watercraft Association, is sanctioned by IGSBA. So that helps the cause and the means for the Cayman Islands riders to get to race at the World Finals. But getting to the point where the United States riders compared to the Cayman Islands riders, I would say many of the United States riders are tough, like the pro guys and stuff, but like the other guys like from that don't have the exposure to the waves like we do. I say like the guys that just like ride on lakes and stuff, like it's a night and day difference for sure when a Cayman rider goes up there, just used to all the conditions and all of that. So.
What do you like about racing jet skis?
I really enjoy just having fun. Like I just stick to that from the time I was growing up with it, and now it's made me competitive. But then I still also make sure that I still continue to have fun. So I just enjoy it. The people around it really just makes me want to go back and do it more. And like I'm like highly motivated. Like especially when I train and I'm in a good space, like that helps me to stay motivated to compete. But most importantly, have fun regardless of the outcome.
What's your opinion on female racers in the industry?
Female racers, they're tough. Like they know how to really ride and stuff. And like it would be good to see more female racers out there. And I know like Erica started out in the Cayman Islands too, and she motivated people to race too. And like they have like Amy Green, she was a good racer, and Tara Lajo. So there's a lot of like ladies that still race, but not as much like compared to the men. So it would be good to see that aspect of the sport grow.
Why do you think there's not
Um, uh, Sometimes I wonder if it's they stray away from the competitive nature of the sport, or like like most females, or maybe just don't want to risk it too much and get hurt or something. But if you look at it, and if they get out there and just like really be like under the wing of someone like Erica, Amy, Tara Laho, one of those top lady riders, like they will be in safe hands and also go out and have fun, because I mean, even if they just start, just say like riding a jet ski on a weekend and just gradually get into it to get to the competitive stage.
What's your opinion on not working as a team?
Mm-hmm. Not working. That's a good team. I mean, I seen a team just start off, and I go to compete at a world stage also with myself. So it's a fun team. Like they really kept me motivated too, just to see how like it was like a united group. Always going out. If we just started out riding on like weekends and Sundays to starting to do this at a professional level and go and race. So like I nothing but like good remarks on not working.
Can you talk about what it's like, the other side of racing, in terms of the dangers and safety things that you have to do, and maybe touching on some people that have passed away, like Cesar and those guys, just kind of say that, like this is obviously the other end of the spectrum.
But going back to the safety issue with what I think like some people are concerned about racing, like there's injuries, very injury prone. Like I had injuries before, like I had a broken leg, my shin is still shaped like the front of a jet ski, and fractured ribs as well. But to more serious events, like there's people that have passed in jet ski races, and it just goes to show like the risks you take. And how I look at it really is like, I mean, anything you do in life, there's risk involved. Like, I mean, I can go sleep and not wake up tomorrow, and like I can walk out on the road when you run on the road or something, a car could hit you. So, I mean, it's just the risk that we take in life. And like, sure, it's like a highly competitive sport, and like people compete and stuff. But if we continue to keep the safety aspects in, and since that death of Cesar, they have improved on the course and stuff too, where the splits, when the riders come out, there's more space for them to negotiate going into the turns. So I think that the sport is constantly improving as any serious incident happens. So, and they're constantly improving without any serious incidents happening nowadays. So that's a good sign for more people to come out and race. But sure, it's still dangerous at the end of the day. But as much as you can minimize the issues, that would be great.
What has racing jet skis taught you as a person?
Racing jet skis taught me as a person to never give up, because I mean, like from 2000, and it took me 11 years from dealing with a jet ski to become a world champion. So was it 8 years of racing before I got to that level? So it really taught me not to give up, to keep trying and inspiring and myself to train and just also get to the next level. So it's been nothing but a dream come true for me. So I really just want to use that same attitude with all the other challenges I set for in my life. So.
Have there been any social challenges for you racing jet skis? Have you had to sacrifice anything, time with people, anything like that? Has it altered your life in what sort of way?
Socially, I would say I really, really took it the hardest in 2011, because like I was like racing just full time outside of school, racing school and racing. So like it was like my weekends were just around studying and riding jet skis. So like my social life really like depleted at that point when I was like full time racing and traveling and all that too. So like all of the logistics of a race and all that. So it really just consumed my whole life then. And I mean, the outcome was very favorable. I became the Pro Limited World Champion in 2011, and that was the year that I really dedicated my whole life to it. So, I mean, I know it was a sacrifice, but I know like the friends that were there for me, they would always support me because they knew what I was doing and how much it meant to me. So, like it's good when I can get support from people when they know how much I have to put in to get to where I really want to be.
Can you tell us what advice you'd give to someone who wanted to start racing, and also advice to a female that wanted to start racing?
To anyone that's wanted to start racing, I would say just get out, have fun, like just do some good training, like get the seat time in there, and then you just keep pushing it, and then gradually just work through the stages, because you're not going to go out and win your first race. Like, I mean, it's just highly unlikely that happens. So you go out there, just be passionate, and just enjoy yourself and continue to race. And for female racers, like I said, it would be good for them to get under the wing of another racer and to get to the next level that they would like to, because sure, we really acknowledge that it's a challenge for them to get to that stage, because I mean it takes a lot of willpower, and like it's like they have to have strong women around them. So it'd be great, like if Erica could get like some female riders out there and encourage them, given that her experience as well. So that would be exciting for the female racing aspect of the sport.
And I have one more question in terms of female racing. What do you think the challenges are for women as it relates to them racing in mixed gender classes? So when I used to race with the men, like what is the dynamic between the women and men when they're racing each other? Are men, I know that some men really embrace that and think it's great, but then I know others that really just take some kind of umbrage to that, really. And I just wanted to know what your opinion was.
Right. My opinion on it is it's just like pure racing, and obviously it's a man or woman like we also go out there, compete and have fun. And I mean, once everyone is on the same level, experience-wise and racing, and like the main thing for me is safety, no injuries. And once everyone goes out there, come back, finish, and enjoy the race, that's exciting for any form of racing. So I would encourage the females to still race with the men, to go out there and mix it up, because like females will be way tougher than men too on the racing course. So we've seen it before too. So I mean, like just I would encourage them to go out there, race, gain the experience, and then just keep going forward from there.
Do you have any JJ's the neutral party.
Yeah, I saw Not Walking come up and do its thing. So yeah.